Okay, we back. We back. Let's see if we can get Reggie on. All right, we're back. Come on in, guys. Come on in. Let me see if I could send him this invite. Hopefully, Reggie, you see this invite. All right. Give me the thumbs up as you guys come back in. Hey, Kimmy, thanks for joining us back. All right. Uh, all right. Hopefully, Reggie will be able to log on with this new invite that I sent him. All right. Kimmy's back with us. Everybody else, come on in. Come on in. We're attempting to get Reggie signed in here. Hello? Hey, my brother, do you see the invite in the new post that I put up?
I can't even see it. I don't know why.
Are you on my are you on my Facebook Live page? Are you on my page?
Yep, I got on your page. Are you on the right page? I'm on his page. I don't know if it's. Is it two different pages?
It should only be one, Aqeel ash-shakoor, and you should see all of my Law and Order up at the top.
Yep.
Okay, now click on the video now that you're watching now. You see me waving.
Video.
You see the live feed? I got my hand in the air. I got on my purple, not the one that I had on last night, but this new one.
That one?
I'm right here waving.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm so. Should be at the top then. Technology.
Are you on my page? You should be looking at my page, and you should see me now. You see me in my Omega hoodie, not the one from last night, but this new one.
Nope, I don't.
Okay, yeah, you should be seeing that live. I don't know why you're not seeing it if you're on the right page. Up at the top, make sure you're not on my movies page and you're actually on my actual page, Aqeel ash-shakoor.
Aqeel ash-shakoor, actor.
Yep.
In the three pictures, Ice-T and the
Yep.
Law Order.
That's it.
I'm on that.
Refresh it because you should see my live. You guys stick with us. We're attempting to get Reggie on now.
Yep.
You see it? Okay, you see the invite?
The invite. I'm looking. Does it say live chat or I don't see the invite?
Okay, do you see a button to request to come on?
No. No. I see you on the phone.
Yep, that's me. I'm talking to you. And I sent you an invite. You should have see an invite. I can't send it unless I log out of this again. All right. Do you see the you guys bear with me. We're working it out. Um, if you look at the bottom, if you on my live, you look around where you see the comments and everything, and you should see a request, or maybe even at the top.
Oh my God.
Take your time.
Say live chat.
Okay, you see? Do you see the what? Okay, what do you have when you tap the live chat? You see where you can
Live
put.
chat, live chat, live chat.
I'm sorry.
It goes to our conversation that you wrote in the chat.
Okay. All right. Now you should see somewhere else up there where you see the invite that I sent you. I don't even see you on as one of the viewers yet, and you're actually viewing. Put a comment in the video now to show me that you're actually on this live, and you should come up. When you log on, I should see you because I don't see you even in the I don't see you on my screen as people that signed on that's watching. Did you actually open up the video or you just got it showing? Like you tap on the video itself. You should see some other people on as well.
Oh,
No, tap on the video itself and so you open it up so the video is actually open. You just don't watch it because you pulled it up on Facebook. And then that way you should be able to go in and see the entire video, and you should see some other people. So if you guys would, how about you guys just put hi, I'm here, if you will, so you can see those, and then maybe you can get on that way. If you're on, throw some hearts up and some thumbs.
touch on it.
Do you see where you can drop a comment for the video? You can talk to me on the video. Put a comment in there. Because like I said, right now it doesn't show that you're actually watching. Okay, Henry Frost just signed on. What's going on, Henry? Tanisha Shakur, my beautiful wife. We have Ed. Yes, that's a base. We have Kiera on, Kimmy Jean. Keep coming in, guys. We're attempting to get Reggie on now. We're a little past 2, but that's okay. We're gonna get this going.
Leave my glasses out my purse. In the chat. Now you can't even get the video back up.
Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna hang up on this, and I want you to tap on the video and put comments in the video section. All right. Yeah, guys, we're attempting to get our distinguished guest, Mr. Regie Cashaw, in. And so my wife is saying he posted. Now, I don't see him watching. Let's see. Let me see if I can get it to where I can see the. Okay. I don't see any. Okay, you're here. All right, Reggie, let's see. Can we get you on now? Um, okay, I see you on now. So you should be able to see that invite. You should be able to see your invite now, Reggie. Okay, Reggie. If you're watching, it says tap the button next to the star. Because I'm not seeing what they're seeing. Okay, others are coming on. You guys bear with us. We're attempting to get Regie Cashaw on. Yeah, Okay, others are coming on. You guys bear with us. We're attempting to get Reggie Cashaw on.
I know I'm saying, but you were saying you weren't seeing. I'm saying.
No, I said, yeah, I told him to tap the button next to the star, but he's still not doing it. No, I'm coming on. You guys bear with us. We're attempting to get Reggie Cashaw on. No, I said, yeah, I told him to tap the button next to the star, but he's still not doing it. Okay, guys. Just continue to bear with me, guys. We do apologize. Hey, guys, thank you for joining us today. We're attempting to get Reggie Cashaw on. I know we're 18 minutes past time, but bear with us. We're attempting to bring him on screen. And I do thank you guys for taking your time to join us today. Okay, Reggie, hold on. Let's see now. We got you watching the video now. Let's see. All right, I just sent you an invite. Praying that this works.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, man. Oh my gosh, what's going on, my brother?
What's that? Oh my God, man. I apologize for the
No,
things with
no,
technology.
no worries,
On the
man.
computer, you don't have the same tabs.
Yeah, I had to go to the phone because
Uh,
wasn't finding none of that on the computer. I apologize for the folks that's been sitting around waiting.
Well, you know I'm gonna go on and get started, right?
Yeah, go on in.
You know I gotta go ahead and get you because if you had that purple and gold strapped to your back, you would have been on.
Is that that what it is? We see what I got here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I see that thing, man. Yeah, but if you had been walking in that royal purple and gold like the father, bro, you might
Oh
have
my
been on
goodness.
by now.
Wow.
Gotta give it to you. Gotta give it to you.
I
Well,
thought
look,
it'd be
bro.
easier on the computer than the phone, though. The
Um,
phone.
you
I
know,
didn't even see those options.
hmm, hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to that. But anyway, we're not gonna win. But
Okay, I'm here.
listen, it is what
Yep.
it is, man. It's like being first, but then when that 11 rolled around, you wish like I would have waited.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you know, you, you know what I'm saying? You were the first to jump out, and it's like, that purple and gold doesn't look good. It's like, but dag, I can't do all those, so it's all right. Yeah. Hey, man, listen, glad to have you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time. Thank your beautiful wife for allowing you the time to come back and chat with us, man. And again, I apologize. I have no idea what happened last night, man. We had such an incredible first
Right.
interview.
Mm-hmm.
And so I laid in bed, man, and then early this morning I woke up. I'm gonna send him a text and a Facebook message like, "Look, bro,
Yeah.
I'm not content. We gotta do this again."
Okay.
And so I'm glad. So we're gonna use every bit of the time we have left to do
Okay.
what we can do. And if you can give us a little time over
Okay.
or whatever, if you can talk to the boss lady and the boss lady give you time, then we're gonna do what we can do.
Right.
So, bro, we're gonna jump right in it, man. And thank you guys for joining us and working with us through our issues
Yeah.
today.
Thank you.
And but if you have comments, hopefully we can see those and everything. But if you got it, and hey, jump in. But hopefully we'll cover everything, man. So we're gonna start off, man. Listen, as we stated before, and those of you that have joined, I've had previous guests on. What I decided to do, God just led me into that path of service. That with my platform is to share it with other brothers and sisters to talk about their walk in this journey of acting.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're having that 2-hour conversation last night. I already told you that we were going to have to do a part 2, but it also gave me some leadway to talk about some specific things today to catch people up to speed.
Okay.
So go ahead and tell the people who you are, where were you born and where you're from.
Okay. My given name is Regie Cashaw. I'm born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. Went to school in Michigan. I
What high
played,
school? What high school?
Detroit Central High School, and played football there. Went to Kentucky State University, played a little football there. Finished at Eastern Michigan University.
What position?
I played defensive tackle and lineman and defensive end
That's
also.
what's up. I was a strong safety. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Football my passion there, and
Right.
I finished. I pledged at Kentucky State, Beta Mu, and I finished at Eastern
Tell them
Michigan. I
what you
finished my
pledged, because I don't think they know what you pledged. They saying the
Alpha
purple and gold.
Alpha Phi Alpha. First of all,
Okay.
services are off, and we shall transcend off. Okay.
All right. Timeliness wasn't a thing, though, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we I did that down in Kentucky, and I finished up at Eastern Michigan Epsilon Ada, and I've been a proud member since 1986, fall '86.
Okay, and I forgot to ask you last night. So, HBCU?
Yes, it's historically a black school. Yes, it's not
Okay.
considered in the
The elite.
HBU universe, but it's been a historically black university. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm a graduate of St. Paul's College out of Lawrenceville, which is.
Okay.
And that school is now closed down, but we're with the alums and everybody, we're having this discussion now about opening it back up.
Okay.
So but hey, man, we're here, man,
Mm-hmm.
proud and So you are a college graduate.
Yes.
That's a great thing, man.
Yes.
So, you know, we laugh and joke about these fraternities and things like that, but when we understand where the Divine Nine started and why they started, we know that even though we laugh and joke, like I say, I'm a United States Marine retired and Gulf War veteran, and you know we joke against the Navy, the Army, Air Force, and everybody else, but when it all comes down to it, brother, we are a bond of Mary veteran brothers, and the same thing with D9.
Yes.
You know, so you'll hear me ragging me in and throughout. And I know I got some family already logged on that wear that black and gold proudly, and I'm still preaching to them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you still preaching to them? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So man, listen. So when I started, I got my start in 2015. Didn't know anybody. It was shortly after moving here to Michigan, which I moved here in 2013. My beautiful queen was out here a year prior, attending Cooley Law School. And then that very next year, that was 2012, that very next year in 2013, myself and our younger two children moved out here to Michigan with her as we dropped our oldest off, who is also a legacy. You smiling?
Okay.
He's a legacy, Omega.
I may have one coming behind me.
Okay, all right. I'll
maybe
and I'll say another
two.
proud father.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
two. Okay,
yeah,
they
maybe
got
two.
time. They got time to put on that purple and gold now. But shout out to the Alpha brothers though, man. Our youngest son, he's a new he's a new enrollee. He joined the University of Oregon in Eugene, Oregon. This past September, he had a nice donation from Alpha Kappa. I said Alpha Kappa. I mean Alpha Phi, Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and a couple of those brothers here. You know, they were trying, but he, you know, it's in his heart that purple and gold.
Okay.
But you know, like I said again, in all funness, you know, we thank you guys for the donation to its college fund as well. And this is what we do.
Yes,
as the D9.
yes,
You know what I'm saying? You know, we laugh and joke, but we're about this business. Amen. So, brother, so I said I met you in 2015, which is when we started acting. My entire family, I got a strange call. Like, you know, pretty much everybody that know the story. I had resigned from a job and I went, you know, full-time acting at that time. And then, well, no, I take that back. I didn't go full-time acting in. I started acting and I got assigned to this agent, One Source. I told you, I got the contracts and everything. Got screwed over, was with them for about 3 days. And we left the agency. We didn't have any agents in like 2 weeks, like 2.5 weeks into the business.
Wow.
I booked my first commercial off of an advertisement that I saw on Facebook. Now, to bring it to present where you come in at was that doing they had an event down there that where I believe it was
I think it was
Randy,
a movie audition,
I think it was for Randy Hardaway. I forgot which one it was. And I just met Randy and I think it was Adrena Morihill. And I was there helping them after my audition. And in comes this like 6'3" or 6'4".
But I like that height.
Bald head brother, smiling like he do now. You know, and very familiar. You know, you're very, very cheerful brother. You know, with his statue and everything, and greeted me. And it was you. And you started talking to me, and I was like, bro, I don't get it. Like, where we know each other from. So you was like, hey, we're Facebook friends. I said, oh my God, what's up, my man? And you were, and I told you last night, what I come to realize was that you was the actual first Detroit actor that I actually met. It's been in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? And I come to, you know, we just, you know, we became, not just for me, but we became known to each other.
Right.
And that friendship has continued to grow.
Sir.
Right. And so how long you been acting?
I've been acting. I try to, you know, I've been 22 years. The reason I count 22 years, that was the year that I sent out my headshots and got an agent to sign me. And
okay.
Yeah, so I counted from there. But you know, I have got an agent assigned me, but I always, just worked and took care of my, my family. Had to take care of my family more so, and it was more so like a hobby, like I told you, like last night, more so like my girlfriend, somebody I was just dating and stuff.
Right.
But I've always wanted, had a passion to do this since I was like 8 years old. I always wanted, watch a lot of TV and was always interested in playing different characters and, me playing that character and evoking different emotions in people and stuff.
So
And
as an actor, let me see if I can translate this back to you. You said you was a pimp and your wife allowed you to have a side chick. Is that what you said?
right. Yeah.
How did that work out?
Yeah. Yep.
So how
That's a
did that
good way
work
to
out,
put it.
man? Was she supportive? Was she supportive of the side
You
lady?
know, yeah, you know what? She was always supportive from the get up, and I was taken back by that initially because I'm like maybe she just saying that to just try to impress me and stuff like that, but she was genuine, and it has been like that from day one. I don't know if she listening to me now, probably. So
Bro, come on, man.
yeah.
If you ain't learned yet that she listening.
Right.
Even when she ain't in the room, that's about like mine. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll get a message. Mine came down the studio. She was like, look, tell them to do this and do this. And I was trying to tell her that I got it, bro. I hope I didn't show her no attitude. Because, bro, the eyes that I got is, well, I'm trying to help you out. Like,
well, just Matt, she was just here trying to help me get on. She was going through all type of mess, trying to get everything happen. Then she, you know what? Look, gave me the idea that she's gonna get big stuff. Just go to your phone for it,
hey, man, hey, bro. And so on that note, as you said, how valuable is it to have a supporting wife or supporting spouse, man, in this industry?
It is so valuable to have supporting because it's like you deal with rejection on a day-to-day basis and stuff, and you got to be able to keep your self-esteem up and your faith and your positivity while getting told no every day, basically.
But you
And
always come home to a yes,
yeah,
huh?
yes,
Amen?
you're right.
Amen?
Right, yes,
Amen?
right, yes,
That's
definitely.
beautiful, brother. That's
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. So, man, listen. So, 22 years.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get ahead of myself, even though with regards to times, but listen, 22 years of doing this, man, and you still here, brother, and you're seeing the proceeds. Now, listen, speaking on that, there's quite a few things, man. So I'm going to be all around the board, but I want to get these things out for the people that missed it again last night. But so you started off, what was your first work?
My first work is my very first audition. I auditioned for industrial film, and that's where they make films for different companies, like training films and stuff that you
Okay.
see at work. And I happened to get mine for a SAG industrial for Ford, where I played a union foreman and stuff. And
okay.
yeah, so my very first credit got me union eligible. So
So
yeah,
you were SAG eligible off your first one. Look at
yeah,
God, man.
right.
Look at God. I heard you mention about your faith and
Oh
whatnot.
yeah, yes.
And we're gonna come back to that. But well, no, let's segue right on into that, man. So it seems to be that you are a believer,
Oh
but
yeah,
if you don't mind sharing,
yes.
are you Christian?
Yes, I am. I am definitely a Christian.
Amen.
God is my
Amen.
Lord and Savior. Yes, and He
Amen.
guides me every day and stuff. And and I'm so proud to say that. And I'm so, even I'm smiling on the inside just talking about it because, he's been blessing me so much, so much, even through the bad times. I mean,
Man, that's the real joy.
right.
That's the real joy of understanding, praising God, because again, we talked about a lot of deep stuff last night, and just where this journey has been. And every day isn't a fun day in this life and in the business of acting.
Right.
Yeah, and it hasn't been. We both shared some stories last night about this struggle coming through the acting
Yeah.
world. Like, People think that we started off and thought that we had money that we didn't have.
Right, right.
I was sharing with you the reality of the hardships that even starting out, and 2015, I booked my very first thing that I auditioned for. Didn't know anything about auditioning. I just did what I thought I needed to do. Had about $100 and some camera from Walmart that shot maybe about 30 seconds of film footage. And I made it do what it do, man, and sent it in. And shout out to, I don't know if he's watching, but shout out to David Duncan. And I forgot the name of his studio, but I booked a commercial for this law firm in Northview, Michigan. Lee Steinberg.
Oh, okay.
It's called Lee. One of those called Lee commercials.
Yeah.
And man, principal role, man. And after that 2-hour shoot, man, I had a check for $300 and I walked out. Man, I said, this is ridiculous.
Right.
I was like, and I called my wife, man. It's the first person I called, man, and said, babe, this is it. This is it. I said, 2 hours to make $300? Never in my life. Never in my life. Right. And I don't think anybody else knows anything, definitely that's legal, that you can make that much money in that short time. And bro, we talked about the struggles even to make it to auditions and still being a father. And you said you were a father. If I got it right, a father of 4. Right.
Yes, sir. Yep.
I'm a father of 3, and we are empty nesters now. Our last one just went to school in September, and I think you have 2 left.
Yeah, I got two now, but one more to go. The other one, he'll be 19, so he's working. He's on his way out the nest. Right. But we got still one more in the nest, and we got to get out, especially before you eat us out of house and home. Too.
But man, boy, the shopping. My wife and I just did probably one of our first major shoppings together since he's left in September. Like, we did a couple other pickup things, but we did a first grocery shopping, and man, it was so hard, bro, to shop, because it was like we getting this, and it was like, what are we getting all this food for? We ain't about to eat all this stuff. It's gonna go bad by the time and then we realized, like, everything not here anymore. It's like, hey, we put all this back, put all this little crazy knick-knack stuff back. So but they're a blessing, and we know how important it is to include even our children in our plans and this acting, because and talking about the lady, we're talking about the side chick now on the real, out, we don't do the side chicks or any other thing. We were talking about, as Common was saying, and I used to love her hip hop song. We were talking about hip hop. We were talking about this acting lady, and for the ladies, the acting man, and so let's talk about that, bro. You had any roles yet that you had to get intimate with this supported wife being on the side and watching his career, bro?
I had one. I think I had 2. I had a play I did where I had women just feeling on me. It was like a little dance scene, and I had to.
Were you in college or high school?
This was after college. This was like that community theater. Through that community theater. So it did real early in our relationship. So she really didn't dig it back then.
Did you have the ball head in?
Yeah.
Boy, you was in trouble, boy.
Yeah. And then I had another one where I was playing the groomsman, and I had to kiss the bride and stuff. But I don't know, she see that or didn't respond to it. Maybe she's more mature, but I guess I'll hear about that afterwards.
Yeah. So about that. I guess we're gonna have to change this for the Empowered Minds live to what Usher say, confessions. Confessions of an actor, or confessions of an actor's wife. Yeah. So I had my first. It's probably the way I had to get the most intimate with a feature film, independent world, Turning the Cheek with Blacksmith Enterprise. I had a wonderful co-star, very respectful lady, and mine was in the height of the Me Too movement. And woo, man, I was shook. This is my first lead role in a feature film, and I didn't want to offend nobody, and definitely didn't want to offend my wife.
Right.
And we're thinking about it, and I had about like I think we had like 4 or 5 kissing scenes, and even one or two scenes that was actually cut.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
wow.
So, yeah, bruh, like so we talked about it. I said, well, what's your husband say? She was telling me too. She said, well, when they were doing the her rehearsals and auditions, she said her husband stopped in the middle and was like, hey, a lot of kissing scenes in there. Who is this guy?
Right.
And so
I
you
understand.
know, yeah, and shout out to her, man, and and her husband, man, which is a minister as well.
Okay.
And yeah, man, so this acting industry, people look at it and that's the only thing they seem to focus on, but we have real
Yeah.
lives. We got to understand that our wives have feelings and they don't lose them, and they're
Right.
very as well as husbands are very serious about their mates.
Mm.
And when we look at the other actors that are in the industry, it takes a growth and it takes a maturity to
Yes.
have a spouse in this entertainment world, man.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Right.
And so I pray to God, and I thank Him for the beautiful queen that He's given me,
Yes.
and you as well.
Yes.
And listen, I was listening to something even late last night, man. It was just talking about I forgot who the brother was, but he was just talking. They were interviewing, and they was talking about having the right. Oh, they were actually talking about LeBron James' wife, and they
Mm-hmm.
were talking about, man. The brother was saying, "I wish I had a wife like him." So I don't know if he was married or not, because I don't think his wife had heard all that.
Right.
But he was just saying, man, to be where he is, like
Mm-hmm.
whether he's the GOAT or considered the GOAT
Right.
or not, to know his accolades, and his wife, man, keeps a very quiet demeanor, supports him in every way. She
Exactly.
knows when to speak, when not to speak.
Exactly.
She doesn't blow up his spot.
Right.
She knows how to help promote him and help do his business. And man, it is very important. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot have the wrong
Right.
spouse
Right.
in this industry.
Right.
Some spouses are not. And we talked about a little bit last night, and we'll move on about even the ladies. For this, they have to talk over with their
Yeah.
husbands, man, about pregnancies and all that thing. Do you
Mm-hmm.
know anybody that's been through any situation like that?
Not personally, but I've heard of instances where where people were asked to not bring life in the world, or not
Yeah.
gain weight or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's tough, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. However, I will say, we chose this field and we
Mm-hmm.
know what it come with.
Mm-hmm.
Just like us, we talked about sometimes we got to be away. What's the longest time you've been away from your family filming a project?
Probably like maybe like 6 days, I think.
So
Yeah.
basically a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how was
Uh,
mama with that?
not great. She loves to travel with me. That's my road dog. That's my ride or die, and I don't mind going and doing anything with her, and especially stuff like that, traveling and stuff. So, but yeah, when she have it, she want to travel too. But it's kind of hard to like make arrangements where she's working, and then we still at the time we still had two, younger
Right.
folks. So, those have to be a consideration. But then there was, times back in the past where she could come, but it's like a 1 day thing. But yeah, it's going away, never good, especially traveling by herself, because it's just kind of like it's kind of like my comfort pillow, my comfort person. So, you know, it would be great to have, especially on the road, especially when I'm in a strange
Absolutely.
place, and but yeah, I've been blessed that she's, we're getting mature, and I told her we're gonna get to a place where you could travel with me. You see,
Yeah,
what's the name?
it's coming.
Yeah, who's that? From Michigan, Jeff. What's his name? Damn. Now that his name is escaping me, from Dumb and Dumber. Uh, uh,
Can't
with
call it, bro. I think
yeah,
I know who you're talking about, but can't
Purple
call it.
Rose
Yeah.
Theater.
Okay.
Him, and he has not, because he still lives in Chelsea, so
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
he has an RV that he takes, when he
Mi-
takes his family with him. Yeah.
Hold on one second. I know you watching, baby. Did you hear what he just said? He said he has the RV.
Yeah.
Okay. I just had to plug that there
Jeff
before I got
Daniels, right?
everybody else on because Jeff Daniels.
Jeff
I
Daniels.
think that's who it is.
Yep,
Yeah. But
Jeff
bro,
Daniels.
I literally have been talking to my wife about the same thing,
Yeah.
bro. It's like, man,
Are you talking about how cool that would be? Oh my goodness.
yeah, man. I told her, man, like, cause we empty nesters now, bro. And in between these things, we can pull up, and they're making these RV parks so laid out now, man. And I've loved RVs ever since. I'm a North Carolina born and raised country boy.
Okay.
And I remember we used to go out to Nags Head and Manio and out there on the beach, seeing all these beautiful, man. And man, they ain't nothing like they were back then.
Yeah,
back now, bro, you got a straight house on the.
Right.
House on wheels for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that, bro, listen. So we talked about hardships, man. What have been some hardships that you had that you can share?
Well, there's been plenty of.
I felt that one, boy. I felt it when you blew. I felt that. I felt that.
Plenty. And said, well, where you want me to start?
Man, anything you want to give us?
Type of hardship of just kind of, making sacrifices to go. How about just going to audition, driving just to audition, or flying just to audition, driving from Michigan to Chicago to be there for a 10-minute audition, then turn back around and come back type stuff like that. So yeah, it's that's a lot of sacrifice, especially when your car is in great condition, and then they got to find money to maybe do a rental, and that's more expensive stuff. You robbing Peter, pay Paul to make it happen though.
And hit John side of the head with a slug.
Yeah.
Man, listen, brother. And people don't understand that what we go through, man. And earlier on, I shared last night. I think it was the first time that I shared. We both said we had been married before. So for all the people that want to crucify us, but just thinking about the hardship and those that's on that know me personally, man, getting started again and married, man, and where we come from, bro. I gave up some things prior to, and man, let me tell you something, bro. I think one of the harder things in this new marriage, man, was starting all over. When I moved to Michigan, I actually had a state job. First, what's this thing that we used to use? Skype. First Skype that I had used, and it had got an interview.
Oh.
And I nailed it right off, got a state job here in Michigan and came here, man, but didn't know the geographical area where we ended up having to stay. Was about to get scammed on renting a house, which I think was closer to the job site. That didn't work. My wife was here in Lansing, going to close to Michigan State, about 4 or 5 minutes because she was going to Cooley Law School. And man, this job ended up being in Grayling, Michigan.
Oh wow! I know it great.
I was driving every day, and finally one day I woke up. My wife was like, "You're not going back." I was like, "Yeah, right." I'm like saying to myself, like, "Dave, I got these keys." I was using everything I could. I tried to sneak out the house and everything. My wife was like, "You're not doing this." So all the money we had saved up, man, was dwindling down, man. I was literally spending $80 a day on gas to get back and forth to work. And so, man, I literally did, man. She made sure she took those keys, man. She said, "You can mail these back." And I was like, "What are we going to do?" And I'm like, again, man, when you start leading and you're speaking that faith and your faith is in Christ, man, and your wife is on board, man, it get ran back to you. And that's what happened, man. It's like, we'll make it. I was like, okay, it's time to go to work now for Aqeel, for real. Because she was in school. Got one son that was in college, got two that's at the house. Man, but my little savings was running out, and man, but anyway, so bro, she had this probably be one of the first times I told them last night, but man, she had a Dodge Charger that she loved. That was her dream car at the time. I was like a 09. And bro, you talking about repossessions?
Oh yeah. I know
everything, man. We went through that, and man, let me tell you something. So finally, one day, she just said, "Babe, just let it go. It's not even worth getting back. We going through all of this." And man, that look in her eyes, man. Let me tell you something. If you've never been a man that's been in a situation, you got to look at your family and say no, or you just feel totally disgusted. You feel, man, I was there. I was
Yeah.
there, bro. You know,
Yeah.
we were still renting at the time too, man. And bro, I said never again. Now,
Mm-hmm.
needless to say, it happened some more times
Right,
as
right, right,
well, you
right,
know.
right.
But and I'm laughing now, but I was crying then.
Mm-hmm.
But I promised her. I told her that first time. I said, "Babe, I promised you. I'm so sorry," because man, I knew she was hurt. And later
Mm-hmm.
on, we talked about it, and she was. And I said, "But I didn't want you to see that you had married the wrong man." But what I asked her was this. I said, "If you would just trust me," I said, "I promise you, I'm going to buy you another charge, and I'm going to buy you a home. Just trust me." And every year, man, I kept putting it to the metal and saying, "Yo, next year's our year." It got to the point she just said, "Can you please stop saying that?" Even my kids was like,
Right.
"Daddy, you say the same thing every year." But bro, when they really looked at it, it was getting better. And I've been acting in 2015, first one. And I remember in 2018, man, when I came home with that brand new charger and those
Oh,
keys,
wow.
and she
Right.
was sick that day. And I put those keys in her hand, bro.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm trying not to shed a tear
Right,
now,
right,
man.
right.
And then, you know, we kept going, bro. And then 3 years later, man, you know, we just bought our home, new home, about a year or two. I said, "Thank you, Jesus, man." And I asked her, man. I said, "Babe, I held to my word.
Yep.
I got you.
That's
I
that's
got you." And
that's
you know,
definitely a blessing.
and man, bro, you know, so this acting has afforded us some things.
Okay.
And we talked about last night that we're not people that, you know, I don't go out, man. I don't go out and I don't own one pair of Jordans.
Right.
Jordan, if you're watching, I'm not saying I wouldn't take
Right.
some, but I don't own no Jordan.
Right.
All
Right.
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 If you
Right.
want to send your boy some,
Right.
okay.
Right.
But we talked about we're not crazy
No.
into fashions. And now, you know, I love. Let me put it out there. I love my watch pieces and I love my suits.
Right.
And you were talking
Yeah.
about that too. You
Yeah.
don't spend a
You
lot of
know.
money on
Yeah.
sales.
But I like to get dressed. I like to get dressed up. So.
Yeah. And we love spoiling our
Yeah.
wives. No, I'll spend money on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to learn something, bro. Just like with acting, just because it costs more don't mean that it's better for her.
Right.
That's not what she likes. I had to learn that the hard way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Spend a few more hundred, and she was like, "Yeah, but I don't like that." Like, what? This costs so and so and so.
Right.
Yeah, that ain't the one I wanted. I wanted the one that was $99 was the one that I told you I wanted. I was like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so it's like making choices in acting. You got to do what the director say he needs.
Exactly.
You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? And so, and I love my toys.
Yeah.
I had a BMW that my first BMW I had to get rid of. You know, once I got divorced, and I promised myself that I was gonna work my way back.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, man, God is good,
Yeah.
man,
Yes. He
and that's what
did
faith is
all the
about.
time. All the time.
So we talked about hardships, and
Mm-hmm.
in this industry, it's known for being a place where God is absent. Talk
Mm-hmm.
about it. How is your relationship with God help you in this industry?
Oh, it just help me keep grounded. It helped my mindset, like because in this industry you always looking to get picked or get chosen, and I look for God. God already got me and stuff, so I don't have to worry about getting chose by other people. So that's where it's helped me out. With that mindset of they got to pick me, they got to choose me and stuff. And I think in that sense, it could kind of repel people from me. So my belief in God was like, he got me, he picked me regardless of stuff. So I ain't got to worry about that. Just do the work, and the other stuff will come.
Man, because I was scared myself when I started in 2015. Had a
Mhm.
conversation with my wife. We prayed and everything, man. And she was like, "What's your reservation, baby?" And I was like, "Well, um, we had planted a church here in Lansing.
Mhm.
Our ministry, Walking with Christ Worship Center, man. And brother, I'm starting thinking, people's reaction. We was wondering about how I was. And she said, "Babe," she says, "is there a ministry in the arts?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "Then so what's the problem?"
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes, there is no
Right,
problem.
right.
And I have the ability to choose what I want to work in.
Hmm.
And man, I can say thus far, man, God has only put those projects that was worthy in front of me, man. So I think Cain and Abel was probably the most questionable thing. But if you watch it and you see the messages and understand what the message is driving to, you'll understand like, oh, that was some ministry too. That was something to gain out of that because it gave people a voice, you know. And I'm not shy about calling my Savior name Jesus Christ, man, no matter what platform I'm on.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and people have asked me, man, they call me, and I remember the first young lady one time, she asked me, she called me, and she was like, Aqeel, because I had worked with her on one of my first short films, and she said, hey, listen, I know your faith and all, but how do you keep getting landing all these jobs, these acting jobs? And man, I paused because I was like, how dare you call me, and the very first thing you do is knock out the reason that I'm booking, and then you're asking me why I'm booking so much. God, my faith in God. It's
I know that's right.
You know, only what I just shared with you and the audience, that was only part of what I've been through, man. When you've been down so low that you can't, I mean, man, those of you that know my story, man, know my real story, bro. And so when I say coming back from nothing, I'm that example, bro. And I share it with everybody just to trust God.
Right.
I have very abstract and unorthodox ways, and I know I do. And it, like you said, it repels people. And I'm unapologetically, and I preach and teach unadulterated my faith, my doctrine, man, on Christ,
I know that's
brother.
right. Yeah.
And I don't waver for nobody, man. I don't waver for anybody, because you know what, bro? God has shown me. When you've been through a life experience and God has shown you that all you got to do is trust him. And when I was telling you, I learned years ago when I started in 2015, and so I'm like, April, I'll be 8 years in. I know you got 22 years, and I've been counting on God. And now, sometimes when I post stuff, I'm posting stuff that I ain't even booked yet, and then God affirms it. And I book. And then I go back and I say, if you go back down my timeline, you'll see that I said that I booked this. I just booked it. And I'll post the message. And I'm just saying that when you make strong, listen, I don't speak it into existence. I don't say the universe moves nothing. I don't name it or claim it. I do what the scripture says. I speak and pray those things as they are, not as they were. I speak from the power of the tongue. I make strong and positive affirmations. I pray to God because all the promises of God are yea and amen. And that's all I stick with. And God manifests that, not in a bargain. And I don't do the, well, God, if you do this for me, I had enough of that. Like, if you do this for me, I'll do. No. I give him the honor that he deserves. I don't tell you that I'm not a sinner. All of us are sinners. But speaking about me, I just stick with it, bro. I repent daily, and I teach my family the same thing, and never be denied, man. You were talking about that earlier. Because in this business, how many times people laughed at your dreams?
Oh my goodness. So many times. Ooh, too, still probably to this day, but I don't care.
And so here we are, bro. How much more time we got left?
It's at 2:58. Yeah.
How many more minutes we got?
I'll give a few more minutes. We give a few more minutes.
Okay, great. So let's go ahead and jump ahead now, brother. I met you in 2015. And we talked about, we shared agents and whatnot, PCG. And then you told me last night, I didn't even realize it. You told me you said you were the one that gave me the reference to the agent. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Didn't know.
I hadn't really heard of them at that time. Yeah. And I hadn't really had reached out to much representation outside of Michigan at that time. Yeah. Other than when I had my agent down here. But, other than that, I didn't know there was other agencies within that, a couple hour radius of us that.
Right. And you and I used to also, we shared iGroup. I think it was
iGroup.
Production Plus.
Production Plus.
and that's what we learned that we were D9
Yep,
brothers
yep,
or whatnot.
yep,
You know,
yep.
all the after all the auditions
Yeah.
at I Group, we come outside the parking lot and just talk about the craft, and we bonded from there even more. But I think what we really took off, man, was all the auditions we had with Claire Simon in Chicago.
Yeah.
And I won't make that long because I know you ain't got time, but you and I used to be in the same room all the time auditioning for Claire. And then afterwards, we would go and break bread at the McDonald's that was around the corner.
breaking bread. Yeah.
And it was then that you told me then, like, you was like you had actually already had got casted by Claire before.
Yeah.
And you were on Chicago Fire. So you know where I'm going now. So, and I think you had like a 1 or a 2 liner.
Right.
Now, what I want to dig into, you told me something special about that 1 or 2 liner that's still relevant today. Talk about it.
I'm still getting paid for it right to this day since 2015. Matter of fact, just got a check last week.
Stop, man, just stop. Yeah. You did that in 2015. I just came in 2015, and you saying you still get residuals from something that you did the same year I came.
Every year, a couple of times a year since then. Yep, every year.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Because
and then you know what comes at the time when you least expect it. It's like, oh yeah.
Ooh, tell me about it, man. I just got 2 last week.
Yeah.
And beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And so we're there now, and so it was for a Dick Wolf University.
Yes.
It was the Chicago Med.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And so man, what has the run been like? Because coming this Wednesday at 10 o'clock on NBC.
Yes.
Because you know we got to know our time
yes,
for
sir.
the Dick Wolf programs.
Yes, sir.
On every Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
I always tell people now. I'm trying to leave me out with you, but we're in the Dick Wolf universe now, and it's exciting because to know the history of the people that have been on Dick Wolf programs, they end up having some great careers, and there are a lot of people now that's on Chicago PD, which you will be on. My man Regie Cashaw will be on Chicago PD this Wednesday at 10 o'clock. 8 o'clock, we got Chicago Med. 9 o'clock, we got Chicago Fire. And then at 10 o'clock,
PD.
Reggie's gonna be marching in the PD for us. Now tell them why you're gonna be running things, brother. Tell them why.
Well, I will be running things because I'm playing a police commander. I actually the commander of the organized crime division. You know, so yeah, it was a great experience, especially with the cast, man. You talk about cast so professional, make you feel so comfortable, like you've been working with them for years. You know, that had put me at ease because I try to especially get around. You know, you've been in this industry for a minute, and I try to be professional around these other actors. You know, you want to be like show that you've been there before and stuff. So I think initially when I went there, I don't get a lot of nerves a lot, but I did like a run through and stuff, and you know everybody was looking at me, and my nerves got. I said, "Dang!" And you know the little lines. I only had a few lines. I haven't been rehearsing them. I can sing them in the nursery rhyme. I knew the rhyme lines. So, but that first read though, I was just like my nerves was just so messed up and stuff, and I was like I couldn't get the words out, and it was just. Had to take a few breaths to calm myself down, say, you know, this what you do. They called you here to do this, so, you know, they got confidence in you to do it, so they're going to do it, bro.
Yo, so, you know, what you said that, I didn't think about this last night, but here's that thing where people say, well, you know, man, sooner or later, man, you know, you're going to be blessed. You're going to be a Hollywood actor. And I say, okay, they don't get it.
Right.
They don't get it.
Right.
It's like, you know, and you know, with all humbleness and humility, man, some people just don't get it. You know, the field is not what it used to be. Used to be you had to go to Hollywood to be considered a Hollywood actor.
Right.
And then, or in New York, and so then Atlanta got big, and it's like people don't understand that a lot of filming is not even done in California now.
Right.
So when you talk about one day I'm gonna be a Hollywood actor, it's like that happened for you in 2015.
Right.
when you when you landed this
Right.
national show, and it happened for me. I think it was 2016 or 17 when I booked Chicago Med. I actually, but my family and I, we came on as featured actors when we thought we were going to be extras. We got bumped up, and then I turned around and the very next day did Chicago PD. But when I got my first speaking role, it was for Chicago Med, and then that was like 2017. And now God has blessed my platform even greater. And what I loved about this when I saw your post the other day, even though you had called and told me, but I found out what role you were actually playing, Commander. And I said, look at this. And I was like, I got to get him on, man. And it was such a blessing, bro, because for those of you that are watching that didn't know, I last July 2022, I had my first audition ever for Law and Order, and I booked it. Shout out to my manager, BAC Talent, Mr. Brandon Cohen, and that was what the journey was. That was one of my goals, and I booked the first one, and then turned around about a month later. They ended up pulling me to the other part of Dick Wolf Universe. And shout out to director Alex Chappell. I got an episode of FBI in. Came back the day before Thanksgiving and celebrated Thanksgiving with my wife. The very next day after Thanksgiving, I had my second surgery, and I came back about a week after that, bro. I forgot how many days were left in the year, and I said, listen, I made an affirmation on Facebook. I said that I have so many days left until December 31st. I'm going to book 1 to 2 more television shows before then. Now, here's somebody that was fresh out of the hospital.
Wow.
I had went in the hospital for like a week. For those of you that don't know, man, I'll show you how good God is. October the 7th, I woke up one morning and I couldn't walk. No, I mean, I couldn't walk. I fell 4 times.
Wow.
Had the ambulance came, my neighborhood got alert. You know, they knew who I am now. At first, I was a little shy about them knowing, but they knew who I am. And man, my beautiful wife was there with me. Was in the hospital for a week. Got released. They thought I had a stroke. I kept telling the doctors. I told them at the house. I told my wife. I told the EMS. I told the stroke team and everybody. I said, my God didn't tell me I had a stroke.
Right.
They kept me there for a week on the stroke management team, man. And they came back and they said, yeah, you didn't have a stroke. And so I deal with some other complications, and I share those sometimes, man. But I'm a PTSD client, OCD, and a lot of other things, brother. But I said that to say, man, and then literally my wife and I was going out for our normal date night, and I got a call, and my agent screamed. She said, Aqeel, you coming back to New York, baby? They want you back. I was screaming, man. I was like, what role? It's like, man, they want you back as the precinct commander in a recurring role.
That's beautiful. That
Bruh,
is beautiful.
I was like, and I know we don't have enough time, man, but just to show you how these things happen, man, because Mariska on the first one let the cat out the bag early. When she sent out that famous shot of all of us on the subway train together. And man, my phone, text, and everything started going off, man. I was like, oh my God. You got to understand, man, I'm a small town country boy. I know you from Detroit. But man, when we talk about these things and we talk about these struggles, man, do you have anything that you struggle with that you thought may have been a hindrance? So people looked at you and said, yeah, that's why you ain't going to make it.
Well, I guess a lot of it is a kind of my reserved personality and stuff. I'm not really an outgoing person. I guess, maybe with a lot of people, I don't make a great first impression. You have to know me. I guess I get more comfortable as you know a person. So sometimes that may throw people off and stuff. Some may take my reservedness as conceitedness, but it's just kind of been like that. Grew up, fat kid, low self-esteem type and
Mm.
working my way with that. And I still deal with some self-esteem issues to this day. So, and you know what? And I work with helping people deal with theirs, overcome theirs and stuff. So,
And
in a sense,
God,
it kind of helps
God
me
had to
help
use you.
myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so acting is a
Oh,
prescribed.
yes.
My not just therapist, my psychologist and psychiatrist has prescribed acting
Mm-hmm.
for me as therapy, and so it's documented. And I'm a Marine Corps, Gulf War,
Mm-hmm.
disabled veteran as well. And so, bro, but what I've used, which we're talking about, because in this role, I use all of that to my advantage,
Mm-hmm.
brother.
Mm-hmm.
How
Mm-hmm.
how what's some things that you've done in your life that helps you when you're acting? You have any
Well,
experiences or job or?
yeah, the job I do, the job I do is a mental health counselor, and
Mm,
I sit and talk with people every day. So I get to deal with a lot of different personalities, understand human behavior a little bit more, why people behave certain ways and stuff. So that stuff helps me as an actor when I'm, presented with different characters, and I can understand where they're coming from. So my work helps me a lot, and it helps me
mm,
with it also helps me with just being patient, because you have to be patient with a lot of people that has dealing with a lot of mental crises and things like that. So
mm-hmm.
it has helped me tremendously both ways. So I'm
Yeah.
so blessed to be able to do kind of like both, but I kind of really want the acting take along, so I can more so volunteer my time with helping folks more so than making a living, because I'm grinding, still trying to do this, grinding with two jobs and stuff. So it.
Well, God will get you to that point,
Mhm.
man, because a lot of people ask me, is like, well, should I quit my job? And I'm like, who am I for you to call me and ask me, should you quit your job? It's like, I don't know your financial
Right.
situation. I wanted to go full time when I was still
Mhm.
working. I didn't get to retire until 2017,
Mhm.
but I don't know what you've done in your life to even get you there.
Right.
So I use my experience, and sometimes people don't slate with that. I just put out I put out my second one the other day,
Mhm.
yesterday,
Mhm.
from audition to TV, to let people see, because I was a little nervous about doing it before, and I said I'll put this out here as a teaching
Mhm.
tool. I've been asked so many times about doing an acting class, but
Mhm.
I haven't got comfortable with charging people money to teach them yet, man.
Right. Okay.
And I know there's a lot of people out here that teach and haven't been on TV or haven't done things,
Right.
and they're teaching people, and that goes here or there. But you know, you go where you need to go for the experience.
Right.
If I want to be a dog trainer, I'm gonna go to people that train
Right.
dogs.
Right.
And if I train dogs, I'm not gonna try to train a Rottweiler when I'm only used to training Chihuahua.
Right. Right. Right.
So, but I wanted to say something else. I know we're ready to get to this end. You said this service, you want to help people,
Yeah.
and that's where I was. I told some people, a couple of people that we know, I told them about a year ago. I said, yeah, man, if I wake up tomorrow and I, had to stop acting, I would be perfectly fine. They told me, he says, well, you don't love it then. I was like, that's such a worldly response to what I said, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, well, explain. I said, there's really no explanation to it. I said, listen, it's what I always lead with. Y'all know me for.
Mm-hmm.
It's God, family, and
Mm-hmm.
everything else.
Right.
And
Hey.
but it's always God and family. But
Yeah.
and as long as I'm straight in those,
Exactly.
I talked about some of those hardships, man. But I thank God. I thank God now.
Mm-hmm.
This acting provides some extra,
Mm-hmm.
what they call it, extracurricular activities, man. But I'm thanking God. This is not a brag. I'm just thanking God, man, that we're blessed to where if I had to stop acting today, we don't lose anything.
Right.
You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Versus some years ago, that was not my experience. I
Mm-hmm.
needed this, that, and some more. And um, there is no such thing as what do they call it? Extra money.
Right. 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 Right.
I can always use more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what I'm saying, man, is that as long as we continue to seek the kingdom of God first, and there's some people, I talked about this, like, yeah, I need to get that right. I'm like, yeah, but it's not about just saying you're gonna put God first and you read your Bible and now you're looking for blessings.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's a whole
Yeah,
life change,
it's
man.
just definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so, some more brothers, man, have gone through the same thing. So, bro, listen, you're the commander now. I'm putting this in the air for us.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pointing now.
I know that's right.
I hope somebody from the Wolf
Right.
universe is listening.
Mm-hmm.
My brother is now the command. You coming back as the commander on another episode, right?
Please.
That's all I wanted you to do. That's all I wanted you to do.
Yeah.
Receive it, right?
Yeah.
Because, bro, I'm telling you, this is what happened to me, man. Because, see, you got to understand. People got to understand the rank structure of seeing us in uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Until my last episode when it was like, yo, why was you talking to Mariska like that? I caught a lot of good flack from that, man. They was like, yo, who you think you are, bro? Like, it was like, good job, but one of my frat brothers called me and said, hey, man, you did a good job, Q. She said, but, hey, man, you can't be talking to my baby like that.
Right.
Even my wife was like, hey, she looked at the couch. She said, oh, God, you talking to Mariska like that? And my wife, like everybody else, loves Mariska.
Right. And
but
you know what? That was a great job, man. And great performance, too. And it was like,
thank you, brother.
And you put her in check.
But, yo, they are hitting me. I still get it every day. I just got it at a meeting the other day, bro. It was like, yep, and yet here we are. Like,
right.
Yeah. And so I'm telling you, Dig Wolf,
yeah,
listening.
I know that's right.
We just celebrated Ice-T on the 7th. We celebrated his birthday. I think it was like the 15th or the 16th, his birthday. And then on the 17th, everybody was in Hollywood, California on the walk. The Walk of Fame, and he got his star.
Right.
Shout out to my man. I give him a hand,
give
him some thumbs up and claps.
Yeah.
All right. And I told him I'll see him on set to congratulate him personally, man. But that's big. Mariska and him are the longest running, 24 years in a television series.
Wow.
You got to understand, Law and Order came out September 13th, 1990 was the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Ice-T and Mariska are the longest two running actors.
Wow.
And when the first time I met Ice on set, when I came for the 24th season, I was telling him, like, Dad, Ice, you like the longest black running detective. And he said, nah, just the longest period. So I said, huh? He said, just longest period. He says, besides her, he pointed at Mariska. And I thought about it. I said, oh, damn. Mm-hmm. So, man, I know I'm blessed to be, again, small town country boy from North Carolina that made an affirmation to all of what we're talking about now. And this is why I share my platform. At 9 years old, I made this affirmation to my sister who's passed and died of breast cancer and never got to see him. And, man, but we living on, bro. You said one of the shots I put up, and you let me know when you got to go. You said one of the shots you put up, you said, I love this shot right here on set because you said right here, I look like my mama.
Yeah,
and
my mom.
I said, man, I swear, well, we got another mama's boy like
that. Yeah. And my mother, you know what? That was my first fan and support and stuff. And bless her soul, she never got to see me on TV. She got to see me do community theater, but she never got to see me on TV and stuff. And when you capture that picture, it just kind of remind me of her. Probably get her smile from her smiling down forever. And she would always, she would always say I was on TV before I even had been on TV. So she put it out there anyway.
A loving mother knows.
Right.
I love my mom has been, my mom, it's all the things I was telling you about, went through divorce, went through everything. My mom started saying, babe, you're gonna be all right. Okay, if you say so.
Right.
It's nothing like hearing
right.
Now I got the loving wife, she tells me the same thing. She's like, babe, we got this. Don't worry, And sometimes we go to our times and in those struggling times, man, we came home and shared some tears.
Yeah.
Some was like we wanted the acting gig, not because we were gonna be on TV. We
Yeah,
needed that money.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying? And then, you know, and I'm afraid, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Again, let me know when you just gotta check out.
Okay.
But I'm afraid now that actors are more, and I said this to a brother the other day that called me, and I was helping him with his performances, and I said, I'm afraid now, not just brothers, sisters too. I'm afraid now more people are more concerned about just being on a show than the actual craft.
Right. Right.
Because, you know, like what 50 did, you know, man, bless 50, man. 50's providing a lot of opportunities to a lot of people, a lot of shows. He just signed another big deal the other day doing animation, and it's like for a long period of time. But however, what I was going to say was everybody wants to be on BMF. I actually have booked a role on BMF, and then they ended up cutting it a few days before the shoot. I can't give the role out because they said it might reprise it, but that's, you know, no, either there. What I was saying was that, but everybody wants to be on her BMF. Everybody wants to be on Power. Everybody wants to be on all the 50 shows. Everybody wants to be on all these top shows. But I'm wondering, are we getting lost in the sauce of just wanting to be seen, or do we really want to infect the craft, man, and take it to higher? Talk about that.
You know,
talk about it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's my mission is to take the, you know, craft to, you know, next level, to just, like I said, to provoke thoughts, emotions in people, and tell great stories, and, you know, and that's why I want to be on the craft. You know, it don't matter about the project. I just want to I want to be as, you know, quality stuff that you know, means stuff to me down the road.
And that's where I want to be, man. I'm so thankful that the projects that God has attached me to, and the people, man, because I just want to be a life changer, man. And, you know, to infect, and I'll even play the bad guy. You know, I think Cain and Abel was really like my first other side. People was like, Aqeel, like that don't see, you know, because some people just never saw me in that light, man. And I said, but it was a challenge. And there are some things in some roles that we don't accept and will not accept. You know, me for one, and I have my reasons why, and I stand on that, and I've turned them down. I just when I finished doing FBI, while I was doing FBI, while I was on the way over to set, I got a call from my manager, and it's like, hey, we got a guest star role, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna check it. Boom, and I hit him back. I said, hey, do you know that this is doing this and this is? I said, nah, I don't want that. You can go ahead and turn it down. A guest star role? I was like, nah. I was like, nah.
Right.
You know, man, you know, we just got to stick to our morals, brother. And it's not, the thing is, man, is like, you know, some people smoke but don't drink. Some people drink but don't smoke. And my disclaimer while y'all been sipping, like you see me sipping, it's like what I said last night. Yeah, you know, I sip a little bit. But for those that know me know I don't drink alcohol. This is my good old cranberry juice.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so things appear, but they're not. You know, they appear to be. That's what we in this life of, and what we do is we don't perform, we live in the moment when we're on set.
Right.
So this thing changes lives. Man, is there anything that you want to tell these good people? Miss, I think I saw Serena Nicody. She said, can y'all adopt me into your
I saw that. You know what? I'm just saying, if you really you know, believe in this craft, you know, you stick at it, you work at it, you know, especially like me. I guess you take it from experience of a person who's been at it 22 years, long grinding, still 22 years trying to be an overnight sensation. So, you know, but you have to stick and stay, and, you know, and like I said, it all started with my faith, and you know, me believing in my Lord and Savior, and Him taking me through this, and keeping me through all these rejections, and you know, show my turn. You know, some people's stuff come in, you know, getting the feeling may get stuff faster than you, and you can't compare yourself to no one else.
No,
Yeah,
right. You're
everybody
not in
else is
competition
on.
with nobody.
Right. So, if you look at it like that, you just and stick on it. And they said with Denzel had said the thing. He said you keep going to that barbershop, you liable to get a haircut.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so yeah, so I'm
Yes,
sticking with it.
sir.
So look, I'm starting to get that cut. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, and
Look, you done became
right,
bald.
right,
Yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
I feel, and this not being braggadocious, I feel it's like at the crust of becoming bigger, closer to where I wanted to be and stuff. Like I said, you put out there, Dick Wolf, that commander, that let's make it happen, bro. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, at least
so I
bring me
didn't.
back.
Let me finish it.
Okay.
Let me finish it. So if you're listening, Dick Wolf Universe, and for all you guys, you can tag us to it. The episode
Mhm.
is going to be we're going to have a commanders conference
Right.
in
Hmm.
Chicago.
Right.
So all the commanders from New York and everywhere are going to come to Chicago for this national
Mhm.
conference, and it's going to be an episode revolving around Reggie and myself.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right,
Yes,
Big
sir.
Wolf, can we make this happen
Right.
for you?
Right.
Can we make this, Mariska, Ice? Can we make this happen for you,
Right.
brother?
Right.
Hey, why are we still playing around with this guy?
Hmm. Right. Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
yeah.
So,
So, bro,
yeah.
thank you for your
Thank
time today.
you.
Was there
Thank you for having me.
anything else that you want? Yeah, man. Was there anything else you want to leave the people
I
with?
just, I just, just thank you for having me here. This helps me gain more confidence in myself. Like I said, that I deal with my little reserve, bashfulness, shyness stuff. I think that's it's kind of almost a environmental, hereditary, because my mother, parents were kind of sort of the same and stuff. It's real. I'm real outside the thing. For for somebody in my family to be an actor,
Right,
somebody out there.
right.
But mostly in the house, my family knows me that I could be a character and stuff. It's just kind of being out. But thanks for having me here. I really appreciate that. This has been big for me. Thanks for encouraging me. I'm gonna thank Camille for encouraging me to go on, do that, go on, do that.
Yeah.
You gotta get yourself out there. Yeah, you got
Yeah, man. Like I said, this is therapy for me. What I found out in doing this, though, man, I found out that I'm not the true extrovert like I used to be, or what I thought I
Mm-hmm.
was. When it comes down to this now, man, because more recognizable face,
Mm-hmm.
being known out in
Right.
public, people are coming up to me, man, and I literally, bro, every time somebody say, "Aren't you on
Yeah.
TV?" I fold, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the one that go, yeah, that's me.
Right.
Nah, but I fold. Normally, my wife would be like, they'll look at my wife, and my wife would be like, she was like, yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
He just,
Yeah.
And so I'll take a picture, sign an autograph, and do something, bro. And I'm so humbled by that, man,
Oh
because
yeah. Definitely.
nobody has to show you that type
Right.
of love.
Right.
So and me, I always try to personalize too when I comment on people, because I love to make people feel that they're special.
Right.
Now, but it's growing now to where I can't respond so much
Right.
to
Right. It's so
everybody
many
now.
people.
But
Right.
so
Right. Right.
yeah, so now I pray they do, man. But everybody's been showing me love, man, and North Carolina, especially, man, where I'm from, brother. Man, just seeing the life changing people, man. I get messages every week, man. People just saying how proud they are of
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Man, I'm saying people I went to high school with, people I grew up with, young, old, man. They reach out, man. Listen, bro, give it to me, put it on my shoulder,
Right.
let me carry it, man.
Right.
That weight, man, because all I want to do is to show my people that are in areas that you don't think that opportunities are,
Right.
that we can come from small places and do big things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then I always say shout out, man, to Michigan, shout out to Detroit, man, who helped me open up this thing, man, and Chicago and Ohio.
Oh yeah.
Those
Yeah.
two places,
Yeah.
Detroit, Chicago, and Ohio,
Yeah.
man, have definitely been blessings for my career.
Yeah.
And now and now
Hmm.
New York.
Yeah.
And
Well,
now New
now
York.
I got Georgia coming on because I got
Yeah.
these two projects. There, I got another project that's about to come out. Another co-star for another project that's about to come out in the future, but they haven't advertised about it. But yeah, so it's a part of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. I'm just waiting. I've got something else big about to drop
Hmm.
with some Oscar award winning producers and directors. And man, I couldn't believe this thing, man. But it just shows you the work of God, man. But
Yes.
brother,
Yes.
we all thank you, man. And from the comment section, you can tell, man,
Yeah.
that
Thank
people loved you and they love
thank
you. They're gonna
you.
be following you again. When are you gonna be on?
Wednesday night, NBC, 10 p.m. Check out the Chicago's and Chief
10
Command.
p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
10 p.m.
10,
Eastern.
10
You guys
p.m.
don't miss it
Eastern
on
Standard.
NBC.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So Commander, man, listen, man, from your D9 brother.
Yes, sir.
I would just say from your brother to my brother to my
Yes,
brother,
sir.
man.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, love you,
Love
man.
you too,
And
man. Thank you. Thank you
from
for.
day this is day
Yeah.
one. And that's why I had to have you
Yeah.
on,
I
man. And I'm so
appreciate this.
happy to share my platform with you. And we're gonna be bringing you back, man,
Okay.
because you got funny
Yeah.
shit
Yeah.
going
I
on.
hope to be brought back, and then you know what? Without the technical difficulties.
Alpha's got to get it together, man. Yo.
Right. Right. I will get it
Well,
together. Yeah.
yes, sir, man.
Oh,
Thank you, beautiful wife and your family
yes.
for allowing me some more time
Okay.
out
Yeah.
of your business today. Because I know Mama probably sitting over here saying, "Look." All
Yeah. Yeah.
right, but hey, man, thank you.
Okay.
Again, do you have any? Was that it? You got
Yeah.
any last thing you want to say
No.
to the
Just
people?
good luck with people. Stay faithful. Stick and stay. And like I said, something will happen with you. Yep.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it, man. Stick and stay. Hey, God
All
bless,
right. God
man.
bless
God bless.
you too,
Take
brother.
care.
Okay.
Take
Take
care,
care.
bro. All right.
All right.
All right. Yes, indeed, my people. So we have, you know, thank you for joining me today with my brother. Let me make it a little slight adjust, with my brother. I'm about to say James, but Regie Cashaw, and it has been most marvelous. I pray you enjoyed this audition. I mean, this interview today, and I'm working. If you want to scroll back down my page, you can see where I've had like 3 guests prior. I had my one of my baby brothers, Orval Williams. I've had Steven Strickland, and my brother James Troop, who's an LA actor now. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio, and he's killing it in the national commercial realm. Um, Steven has also been a part of the Dick Wolf universe. He's played the JTTF commander on organized crime, and you've seen him also in the beginning, in the first episode of Law and Order, Law and Order SVU, and Law and Order Organized Crime. When he did the 3-hour crossover, he was the JTTF commander that he reprised his role. So, man, I just pray that you guys see like what we go through and what God is just sticking. So, in other words, what I want to leave you with is this: it's time to stop dreaming now. Okay, it's time for you to wake up and go and capture your goals and visions. Okay, we didn't dreamed enough. We didn't dream. We didn't been asleep so long. Now it's time to get up. It's not time to chase anything. I know it's a fad to say, you're chasing this, and I say the same thing about God. I know there's a gospel song that say, you're telling God you're chasing after him, but I want to tell you, you shouldn't be chasing God. You should be walking with God. And that's how things are possible. When we speak those things as they are and not as they were, and we know that there's life and death in the power of the tongue, and we know that there's strength and power in the name of Jesus, that's where I put it. I'm not here to preach. I'm just telling you, this is how I walk my life. Is it a good day every day? Yes. Yes. Even when bad things are happening, I'm joyful because I'm the brother that still walks around hitting light switches, and the lights come on, I'm screaming, thank you, Jesus, because I know where I've been. I know what the struggle has been like. In this acting field, I've been blessed. I was one of those actors that during COVID, where many people were out of work and everything, man, I filmed all through COVID. I even lost one the episode new TV show that was 61st Street. I got cast for 4 scenes right off bat. And the day that they were booking me was the day that I literally was in the hospital and just found out that my entire family had COVID. And 2 days later, they called me back and said, we're not worried about the last 3 episodes, but we don't think you're going to be healed for the first episode. And so they released me. I took it hard. I ain't going to lie to you. Then I pondered for a moment, and my wife said, remember what you always say. And then she told me, she said, baby, you got to remember, God always has something else better for you. I was like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. And I know I'd say that myself, but sometimes you need to hear it. You need people to affirm those things in your life. That's why you want to make sure you have the right spouse, the right friend. You understand? And I know people say they have circles, but I really don't believe people have circles. I believe they probably have 1 or 2 people around them. Even at some point, the 12 that walked with Jesus, Jesus went to a destination that where only 3 could go of the 12. And then at some point, even those 3 couldn't go. And when he came back to them, he found them asleep. And he specified, he said, you guys couldn't even stay awake an hour. And so there are going to be people in your lives that as you're going on your journey and you're waking up from your dream, and now you've set goals. You've set short-term goals and long-term goals that you really got to go after, and you have visions. You're going to have people that are walking with you, like the disciples or friends or family. They're really not going to be believing in what you choose to do. Then there's going to be some that start walking with you, but they will not finish with you. You're going to be losing people all along the way. And I want to tell you, this is not my situation, but it is some other people's situations. Some of the time, the people that you're going to actually lose on the walk are going to be your mother, your father, your brother, or your sister. But you got to trust God and walk on. Sometimes it just takes for people to see it. They got to see the finished project before they get on board. Now, you make the determination of whether or not you're going to open the door and let them in. But the true people that want to be with you are going to ride with you from the beginning, and they're going to stick with it. And those are the people that belong. Those people that are sowing into you, all right, in all types of ways, right? So I pray that you guys enjoyed this interview today with Mr. Regie Cashaw. And I pray that you'll return for the next ones. Now, if you will, you can go over to my YouTube page, Aqeel ash-shakoor, and you'll see it. You'll see you'll see the top, and you'll see it'll be at Aqeel. So it's AQEEL ASH-SHAKOOR, and then you can go over to my Mpowered Minds YouTube page, and I meant YouTube page for my YouTube page, and then Mpowered Minds YouTube. So it's Mpowered Minds with a Z at the end and an M at the beginning of Mpowered 9534, and you'll see the videos loaded up. So if you're interested in anything about acting, I'm talking about it there. And I look to even post this video, download it and everything. But yeah. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining me and spending this time with me. God bless you. I love you. Stay up.